Hello, my tipsters. Welcome to Daily Tips with Monica. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that is coming to this premiere. I do sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you guys. Um, we're going to talk about today giving people second chances or giving people a chance. Um, what we do every as well, guys. While I'm sorry. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to share me out, share me out. If you want to share me out to all social media platforms, you can do that as well. So thank you again, guys, for coming. I appreciate you guys' all love and support. Um, what I'm going to do now, guys, is um, I'm going to go ahead and do the daily devotion. It says, called by God. I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said, here am I, send me. Isaiah 6 and 8. God did not direct his call to Isaiah. Isaiah overheard God saying, who will go for us? The call of God, hold on just a second. The call of God is not just for a select few, but for everyone. Whether I hear God's call or not depends on the conditions of my ears. And exactly what I hear depends on my spiritual attitude. Many are called, but few are chosen. So that is few proof that they are the chosen ones. The chosen one are those who have come into a relationship with God through Jesus Christ and had their spiritual condition changed and their ears opened. Then they hear the voice of the Lord continually asking, who will go for us? However, God doesn't single out someone and say, now you go. He did not force his will on Isaiah. Isaiah was in the presence of God and he overheard the call. His response, performed in complete freedom, could only be to say, here am I, send me. Um, Remove the thought from your mind of expecting God to come to force you or to plead with you. When when our Lord called his disciple, he did it without irresistible pressure from the outside. The quiet yet passionate insistence of his follow me was spoken to men whose every sense was receptive. Matthew 4 and 19. If we if we will allow the Holy Spirit to bring us face to face with God, we too will hear what Isaiah heard, the voice of the Lord. In perfect freedom, we too will say, here am I, send me. So are you called are you listening to your call by God? You ever heard like I know the other day Anita sung this song saying, I'll go if I have to go by myself. If y'all ever heard that song, you need to listen to it. It goes like this. I'll go if I have to go by myself. I'll sing, pray, shout. I'll do all that by myself if I have to. Like they said, God, if you listen to God, hold on, let me get this together. God doesn't call a select few. He calls all of us to follow his will and follow his words. But few are chosen. So what they're saying is the few people in this world that are chosen to lead God's word. It's gonna be a select few of us that's gonna get into heaven. I'm gonna be real. So we have to listen to that voice of God and follow his word and follow his teachings and follow the Bible and things like that. Um, we have to condition ourselves for change. We have to be accepting of changing our ways to be more like God. If not, we will forever fail. And that is the truth. I'm not only am I telling you guys that, I'm telling myself that. Um, we need to listen to God work. I mean, listen to God word and listen to understand. Like it says, few, many are called, and few is chosen. So there's many people out here in this world that are called to be more like Christ and be that shepherd out there in the field leading God's flock. But are you really chosen? Are you really the chosen one? Are you living the life that the chosen person supposed to live? If you say you are called by God, let me tell you something. And it's many people that say they're called by God, but they ain't really living the life that they supposed to live. They supposed to be an example. Having sex and stuff, and I'm saying having extramarital affairs as a person called by God is not a chosen person. Yes, yes, yes. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But how can you say you can lead your children if you're lost yourself? The blind can't lead the blind, baby. The blind can't lead the blind. And I understand they say, you're supposed to study to show thyself approved of the word. So yes, you have to study yourself, but if you're going to church and you're behind your pastor, you want to be behind a leader that's going to lead you in the correct way. You don't want a pastor that's sitting up here doing whatever. That's not the right way to be. You won't want nobody to follow you. You don't want to follow nobody that don't and that ain't right. Because like I said in the previous before, God don't bless no mess. God ain't finna bless no mess. He ain't. I don't care how you try to fake it or how you try to force it. If it ain't right, it ain't gonna work. So when you say you are called by God, let me tell you, if you say you are called by God, then walk like Him. Act like him. If no one else wants to worship him, go by yourself. Sing to the Lord, shout to the Lord, pray to the Lord. If you have to, by yourself. It's so many of us like because really you do supposed to if a pastor, yes, I understand everybody's seeing it, but he is held in my eye to a higher regard than myself. I'm gonna be, I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But in my eyes, my pastor in my eyes is held to a higher regard because he states that he's not the chosen one, but he is the chosen one, and he has chosen to live his life just like Christ. So he's gonna be that example, and he's gonna be teaching me and telling me about how we should live. Yes, how we should live and be that example for his sheep. If the shepherd ain't leading the sheep, then the sheep gonna go astray. So let's make sure that we are if we say we are chosen by God to lead, that we're leading in the correct way. It's so much wrongness that goes on in a church, and some people feel like that is okay. We shouldn't be cussing at each other in church. We shouldn't be bickering and fighting and stuff in church. It's so much wrongness that goes on in a church. People come against each other over a position in the church. It shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. So we need to pray for one another and be receptive of what God trying to teach us and how to use the Bible in a way to add value to your life. Sometimes we want to act off our own will. We always do. We want to do the things we all do want to do. And we, what I'm saying, like I said, before, we want to apply certain scriptures to our life, but we have to realize we got to go by the whole book. This ain't the book, but we get it. You get it. You get it. You got to go by that whole good book. So let's make sure that um we're doing what we supposed to do when we are saying that we are called and chosen by God. Um, Thank you guys once again for coming into this premiere. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have not liked that live stream yet, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to share me out, go ahead and share me out. This is a great message that I am going to do, and I hope it touches someone. I want this to always perceive as positive. I don't. It's not a way of trying to put anyone down. It's all about encouraging each other. We all about encouraging and uplifting somebody. Cause we always with this going on in the world, guys. All this is going on. We all need some uplifting things to talk about. So why not do it? So what we're going to do now, guys. What we're going to talk about today, guys, is um tips on giving people a chance. Everyone deserves a second chance. We all are human and make mistakes. No one is perfect. Love is unconditional. But before you take that plunge and give people that you are in a relationship or friendship with a second chance, here are some tips to take. Sir, the first thing to do is assess the situation. Assess the situation. Before you give someone another chance in your life, take a step back and assess the situation. Take your emotions out of your decisions. Ask yourself, is this the first time they did this? Is this the second time they did this? Um, yes, everyone deserves a second chance, but is this the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th chance you done gave someone? And so they have no intention on changing their behavior and use your intuition and listen to what it is telling you. You already know the truth, so act on it and make the best decision possible. So um before you make a decision on giving someone a second chance to be in your life or give a second chance on a relationship or a friendship, you have to assess the situation. You have to sit down and think about um how many chances have you gave that person. Have you gave that person ample amount of time to get themselves together, and they still did being disrespectful? They're still sleeping with different women, they're still entertaining different people, being a friend that still don't appreciate your friendship. They're disrespectful to you. They talk to you any kind of way. They're not a good friend to you. They're not there for you when you need them. So if you have those type of people in your life, sit down and assess and see if they're worth keeping. See if they're worth keeping in your life. If you have somebody that there for you and when the chips are bad and they're there for you, you can always call them and they lend an ear. Or you have a good man that don't mind providing, don't mind taking you nowhere, respects you, and he just made a bad conscious decision. Access that, but you don't want to continue to accept someone cheating on you or mistreating you, because they'll say, well, well, I'll just I'm gonna cheat, but she gonna take me back anyway, so I'm just gonna continue to do it. So it'll be a continual behavior because they know they ain't gonna take you serious, because they know you gonna always take them back. So don't let them have that much power over your life to whether they feel that if they do wrong, then you gonna always take them back, because that's not always the case. So let's just make sure that we assess the situation and see if it's worth your time and worth giving that person a second chance. Because sometimes some things are not worth giving a second chance to, and you have to assess it to make sure that if it's worth it. If it ain't worth it, then go home and buy your business. You ain't got to you don't even have to dwell on it. You don't have to dwell on it. You don't owe nobody nothing. You owe yourself everything. You owe yourself everything. If someone does not make you happy, if someone mistreats you, if someone don't respect you and what you bring to the friendship or relationship or whatever, then hey, Remove yourself. You can remove yourself and move on to better places, honey, and better people. That's just how I feel. Like I am not going to be friends or in a relationship where I am being mistreated or I'm being talked down to, or being cheated on and disrespected. I'm not gonna deal with all that. I am not going to deal with that. I am going to deal with the people that respects me, love me, and treat me the way that I treat them. I feel that's what we all learned when I was growing up. My mom always said, treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated nice, you treat people nice. So me myself, if I'm your friend or girlfriend, I'm gonna treat you nice and I'm gonna treat you right. But if you're not gonna reciprocate that back to me, then it's time to let that go. And I'm not giving no third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight, nine, 10 chances ever again. I have let so many people I gave so many people so many chances to walk all over me because they feel like you're a doormat and that you're going to accept it because you may have low self-esteem because you may not look as pretty as the other person, or you may not you may be like me. I'm a plus size lady, so they feel like because you're plus size that you're supposed to accept someone mistreating you, or feel like or feel like I'm the only man you gonna get. That we're gonna do a talk about that one day. But just because you may be different, or you may not be the prettiest thing in the room, or you may not be the smallest thing in the room, does not mean that you have to accept giving people chances after chances after chances after chances to do right. That's even with some dealing with domestic violence. If someone is continuously putting their hands on you, then they got to go. They shouldn't be putting their hands on you in the first place. So assess the situation. If it ain't worth your time, bye. So the second thing is look for clues. People do change, and maybe they have changed, and sometimes people will live up to their promises. Remember, that actions speak louder than words, and forget about what they are saying and look at what they are doing. My mom used to say that to me all the time when I was going through situations with someone. Not my current one, but past relationship. She was like, stop focusing on what they saying, and they saying this and they saying that. What are they doing? They want this second chance. They want you to they want to be a part of your life. They say they're gonna work and get a job and treat you nice. They ain't gonna cheat no more. But are they really doing what they say they're going to do, or they just saying it to get you out their ear? That's why to I'm so hard on this one, because of the fact that I am not going to accept I'm not going to accept no disrespect, and I'm not going to accept people mistreating me. I'm not going to accept. I'm gonna be honest. not going to accept a man playing both sides. I'm not gonna. Hey, if you want to go that way, you go that way. Me, I'm gonna go this way, and I'm not playing. Either you want to go that way, and I'll go this way, and you will never get a chance from me again. I'm mind me. I'm up to here with certain things. I ain't gonna. It's certain things that I ain't finna deal with. I have my issues where I am not finna deal with it. If you feel like you got to do all that, then you don't need me. Like I said, I say I'm a woman with standards. If you ain't used to women with standards, you might need to find someone who don't. Because my self esteem ain't low enough to where I got to feel like I have to sit down and deal with you and and your disrespectfulness, and you entertaining other women and being disrespectful to me and just doing the most. You don't have to deal with that. So if they're not changing their behaviors and they just talking, they just saying what they think you want to hear, then you need to let that go. You need to let that go. Look for the clues. Just watch. Say nothing. Just watch. They say they be like, yeah, babe, I'm gonna do this, and mm-hmm, and then a month passed by, they still ain't. 2 months, you know what? It's time to let that go. You ain't changed. You still doing the same thing. I ain't got the time and I ain't got the energy, and I ain't finna waste my life on you to get it together. You can't sit around here. I'm gonna be real. You cannot sit around here all your life waiting for this one person to change. If they ain't changed a month ago, they ain't gonna change a year from now. Because guess what? They have to want to change. And if they don't want to change, then hey, no deal. We got to go. I got to go. It's bye. 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 It's over. We don't we don't have to accept. Tell you something, you don't have to accept bad behaviors. Love yourself enough to know that you don't have to accept someone's bad behaviors. So look for the clues. And if they ain't projecting, and that means doing what they say they gonna do, then it's time to let it go. I am I'm so glad that I'm not that old Monica no more, because the old Monica accepted so much stuff. I could do a story time on all the things that I went through. I have. So look for clues. And if they ain't walking like they supposed to be walking, they just talking about it. Bye. We can't be friends. We can't be lovers. We all grown here. Um, the third thing is you can say no. No is the most powerful word we can use in the English language. You can say no to getting back together and not being friends again. When someone and not feel too with someone and not feel guilty about it. There is a real relationship if there is a reason the relationship or friendship ended in the first place. Remember what the reason was. Remember what the reason was. Remember what the reason was. I'm so sorry. I lost my spot. And that person behavior doesn't change, then say no. Everyone deserves love that makes them feel good about themselves. And a partner that makes you happy. No one needs any more stress these days, and certainly not from their partner or friend. So you can say no to not getting back together. You don't want to get back together. No, I don't want to get back together because you're not gonna do right. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You feel that person's not gonna do right, then hey, just let it go and let it flow. And just say, no, you're not going to do right. I don't have the time or the energy to be arguing and stuff with you, trying to ask you not to cheat or trying to ask you to be respectful, and love me the way that, I'm loving you. You can't give that to me back. So I'm not going to waste my life waiting on you to recognize who I am or what type of person I am, that I am there for you. Like it says, um, everyone deserves happiness. I'm gonna let y'all know. No matter how pretty, ugly you are, how big, how small, I'm talking about waist and body wise, and big you are, you still deserve love. No matter what you look like, how you dress, or whatever, you deserve happiness. Everyone deserves happiness. And sometimes you have to walk away from a no good situation. And somebody, like I said, someone that you done known for 25, 30 years, you can break up with them and be with somebody for 4 to 6 months. And they do the things that you want and make you happy. Sometimes we just hold on to things because we think that's what we deserve. But we have to recognize that sometimes God does that they are not meant for you. We just holding on to a hope that they're gonna change. You stop holding on to the hope and just recognize it for what it is. If that person ain't gonna do right, they ain't gonna do right, and it's time to go. It is time to go and move on with your life and let it be what it be. And let them be with whoever, and you go be happy with the person that God designed for you. And going out the way to make you happy, making you feel good about yourself, loving you for all your whatever it is that you got going on. So you can say no to getting back being friends with someone, or you can say no to a relationship that you know that ain't going nowhere. So you can say no and feel good about saying no and don't feel guilty. If they be like, well, where I'm gonna go? I ain't got no place to stay, so you didn't love me. For me, you just love me because I gave you a place to stay. You don't need nobody like that. Bye. Go stay with your mama or somebody. But it ain't gonna be with me. I'm moving on. Okay, guys. The fourth thing is love never dies. If you love someone truly, the love will never die. Love is an injury that cannot be turned off like a water faucet. Um, if you honestly love a person, you owe it to yourself and to that person to at least try one more time. If it doesn't work, it don't. And but don't let your love turn into hate. Hate is a negative emotion and will only hurt the hater. So stop hating. Don't be a hater. You can love someone and you can give them a second chance. And if you see that it's not working and it ain't building you up and it's not building you up and y'all just in the house being miserable together, do yourselves a favor and depart ways. If y'all can't get along, if they still out in these streets then and not doing right by you and making you happy, then you have to let it go. It's yes, you're gonna love a person. It's okay to love a person unconditionally. But at the end of the day, sometimes people don't love some people I feel may love a person more than the other person may love them. And that's why they hold on to a person so long because they love them so much. And but then when you realize they person didn't love you as much as they love yourself. So never lose yourself. Be honest. And this ain't got, I know you may be jumping stuff, but never lose yourself in a person to where you lose yourself. I have done that. I have lost myself because I was so wrapped up. I was so wrapped up in focusing on making them happy. But was I realizing that was he really making me happy? Was he really respecting me? So I lost myself. I lost myself and it took a minute to get myself back. But now I'm back to Monica. Better than ever. Ain't finna take nothing off nobody. So it just we have to we have to learn how to not love to we have to learn how to love ourselves. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Speak life into yourself. Tell yourself you are worthy of all the things in this world that is good. Happiness, peace, joy, things that are good. You deserve it. But back to the subject, sorry. But yes, love never dies. Love never dies. If you love someone truly, and if they love you back truly, then that love will find its ways back. Tramel and Joseph, they were saying how they knew each other. Their love story is they was together years ago, and then it didn't work out. But then now they are back together and they're happy together, and they love each other so much you can actually see it. So love never dies. If two people truly, truly, truly love each other, They're gonna find their way back to each other because they're destined to be a part of each other's life. I'm not gonna tell all of Tramel and Joseph's story. If you follow the McRae Kingz and they part of the TBT squad, um, you can hear their story. Okay. Um, The fifth thing is accept them for who they are. No one wants to change themselves for someone else, no matter how much you are in love with them. Real changes come only when the actual person desires to change. If you can't accept them for the person they are and truly love them, then the kindest thing to do is let them go. So accept people for who they are. Accept them for what they're saying. Accept them for what type of person they represent themselves to be. If you can't accept that, then let it go. I'm telling you, you cannot change a person. They have to want the change for themselves. They gonna have to want that change for themselves, no matter how much you try to push them to change. And I'm one of those people be trying to change people, try to help people. I be thinking I'm helping them, but they be saying I be trying to change. It's just I be wanting to help you because I can see the potential. But see, you can't fall in love with potential. You got to fall in love with who they are projecting their self to be. And like I said, it took me a while to learn that, and I've learned that I can't change nobody. I can't make nobody change. Excuse me. I have to accept them for who they are and what they projecting themselves to be. Because like one thing about a person, they're gonna let you know, or eventually you're gonna figure out what all they are about, no matter how much they try to hide it. A person that not really meant for you, or a person that trying to get over, they can't hold that together long. Eventually, their true color is going to show. But accept them for who they are. It's your choice if you want to deal with somebody or not. You don't have to deal with nobody that you feel like you don't want to deal with. Don't be afraid to walk away. You know what I'm saying? I know some people like, well, we got years invested. That's all you have is years. What else do you have in the relationship that is good besides some years? Ask yourself that. If you're sitting in a situation that you feel like that you don't that you know it just been we've been together for years and I don't want to, that's all who I know. We grew up together and things like that, but that's it. That's all you got. Years. Have more than that. A relationship, people, someone that if you want to be in a relationship, supposed to add value to your life, supposed to lift you up, supposed to be your love mate, supposed to keep you happy, supposed to, even though what I'm saying, relationships have their ups and downs, you still supposed to be able to look at the person that you're in love with the same amount of love that you had with them years ago, from 23 years ago. If you look at that person and you discussed it, then it's time to go. Um, the last tip is life is a journey. If you're one of the lucky people, life is a very long journey. Each day we grow and evolve based on our experiences. The first time around, you and your love were completely different people. Maybe it didn't work out the time because of circumstance. The second time around, you will have to get to know each other again as the people you are today. If you decide to go for it, make sure you start over with a clean slate. So life is a journey. So life is a journey, and we learn from different, like I said, we learn from different experiences in our life. That's how we become the people that we are today. You can't always live off the past. The past is the past. Like we always say, the past is the past, and ain't nothing you can do about it. But what you can do something about, you can do something about your future today. So if uh, if you want to give someone a second chance that was in the past, or um or you know what I'm saying, you find a way back to one another, and you want to see if you can give it a second chance. And then if you do, you know what I'm saying, don't hold them to their past, hold them to future. And you know, some people, like I said, you know, Joseph Tramiel can tell y'all that story, but I know they were just saying a lot about how they were different from their from previous when they was together, from now how they are together now in the future. So life is a journey. If you want to be on a journey with somebody, it's going to have its ups and downs, but you have to learn how to appreciate one another and what you both bring to the table. Um, these are the daily tips for today, guys. I hope Jamal, get in here. No. Um, we'll I I'll let y'all play with the bounce house this weekend. I promise. As I was saying, oh Lord, excuse me. It's I don't forgot my train of thought. Um, yeah, these are the for the daily tips for the I'm sorry, y'all. These are the daily tips for today. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that has came on this premiere and showed me support. I appreciate. I'm always trying to get back, support you guys back. It may take me a few days, but I always come back and I support you guys. Because, like I said, I appreciate you guys. You don't have to take the time out your day to support me. So I make sure that if I can support you, you can. I can at least support you back. I am working, but I can find ways of supporting your people, even if that's running your playlist or watching you back or whatever I have to do to support you. I don't mind doing that. Um, look, watch this. Okay, so Jamel, go sit down, please. Okay, so we're gonna do a recap. The recap is for what we talked about today was um tips on giving people a chance. The first thing is assess the situation. Assess the situation where you sit down and you think about it. Remove your emotions from it and just think of the situation and what you've been through. Is it worth giving your time to? Um, the second thing is look for clues. Look for clues. Look for clues to see if that person is actually changing or is they still being the same person that they was. They just talking, but they ain't saying nothing because they just talking but not acting. I mean, like acting on trying to be the person that they say they're going to be. Um, the third thing is you can say no. You can say no to wanting to be in a relationship with them. You can say no to wanting to be a friend with someone else again, especially if you feel like it was very tumultuous what they did and how things happened and how it ended wasn't and is not worth who you're dealing with anymore. The fourth thing is love never dies. You can love someone, guys, and like I say, it loving people. If you truly love a person, you can't turn it off like a faucet. So if you feel like you want to give that person another chance, give them another chance. You know, that's your grown choice. The fifth thing is accept them for who they are. Make sure you are accepting people for who they are and what they are trying to projecting themselves to be. Accept them. You cannot change a person. You cannot change a person. Six, life is a journey. Um, make sure that you are uh if you live each day and to evolve and grow on your experiences. So that is the daily tips and that is the recap. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming on to the live stream and giving me so much support. I know y'all say I said a lot, but I do appreciate y'all. If you ever, if you ever need us help, um, um, if you ever need someone to talk to, or if you need to reach out to me, or if you want to email me, you can, or you want a copy of the daily devotion. Um, what I will do is I will um I will email it to you, or you can contact me at mjjfamily at gmail.com. That's a great way of contacting me, or you can contact me on Instagram. That is a great way of contacting me as well, guys. Um, I am selling, I do have some merchandise, MJJ family merchandise. I am going to be releasing some daily tips with Monica merchandise with some sayings that I do have that I do say, like, you know what I'm saying? Or God don't bless no mess, honey. Stuff like that. So look forward to me coming out with some daily tips with Monica merchandise. But if you want to purchase my MJ&J family merchandise, the link will be in my description box below. And as well, guys, if you want to bless this channel, you can cash out me at money symbol J and J Mom 18. Um, and as well, guys, we're gonna keep this positivity pushing. We're gonna keep this positivity pushing. We're going to go on to It's Me Wanston. Yes, honey, channel. But before I do that, I forgot. Hold up. Wait a minute. I forgot to do this. Shout out to my TBT squad. That is, let's talk about it with Anita. It's me, Wanston, yes, honey, the McRae Kingz, and yo, it's your boy Leo. If you have not connected to the TB, not my squad, but the TBT squad, connect to them. They are all great people. So like I stated earlier, we're gonna keep the positivity pushing. We're gonna go to It's Me Wanston channel, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some more daily inspiration. Y'all have a happy Monday, and I want to also leave you guys just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Uh-oh, just 1 minute. I want to leave you guys with this saying right here. I want you guys to leave with this right here. Pride make us do things well, but it is love that make us do them to perfection. So y'all have a good Monday. Have a good day. And let's go to It's Me Wanston channel.